We saw in the Epic of Gilgamesh and the Odyssey heroic figures in search of knowledge. They go to great lengths to learn the secrets of human existence. Gilgamesh is hailed as one who had wisdom, as, quote, the man to whom all things were known. Cunning Odysseus is known for his intelligence and quick-mindedness, the man who conceived the ruse of the Trojan horse. Similarly, we saw in Herodotus' history the portrayal of Solon as a wise man who demonstrates his wisdom to Croesus and, in a sense, foretells the negative turn of fortune that the king suffers. We also mentioned the pre-Socratic philosophers, the inventors of science, who tried to determine the basic material of the universe. In all of these stories, the importance and value of knowledge is testified. The story of Oedipus is also a story about the search for knowledge. As a young man, Oedipus, taunted by claims that he's not the legitimate son of the king of Corinth, seeks to discover the truth of the matter, first by asking his parents, and then by making a pilgrimage to the oracle at Delphi. As the king of Thebes, he immediately makes himself responsible for the investigation into the matter of first the cause of the plague and then the identity of the murderer of King Laius. In all of this, he makes the appearance of a researcher in the pursuit of knowledge. Like Gilgamesh, Odysseus, and Solon, he's known for his great intelligence. He alone was able to solve the perplexing riddle of the Sphinx, and this knowledge saved the city. In the new calamity, he's determined to do the same again. But there's also a downside to knowledge. As we saw in the story of the fall in the Tower of Babel in Genesis, the acquisition of knowledge was also regarded as a dangerous thing in the ancient world. To become knowledgeable is to encroach on the realm of the gods and is a sign of human arrogance and pride. New knowledge is not necessarily a good thing, but can also bring disaster. The story of Oedipus that Sophocles presents can be seen as an important part of this ongoing discussion about the value of human knowledge. In a sense, the whole narrative is about Oedipus slowly learning. Page for page, he uncovers a new piece of information that leads him further in his search for the murder of Laius. He's told repeatedly to drop his investigation by others. For example, the blind prophet Tiresias, whom we saw in the underworld in the Odyssey, initially refuses to cooperate and concede to Oedipus's request for answers. He tells Oedipus to drop the matter and leave it alone. Quote, "Let me go home. It will be easiest for us both to bear our several destinies to the end if you follow my advice." Quote. But Oedipus refuses to relent and presses him for information. Likewise, when Queen Jocasta realizes the truth, she repeatedly begs Oedipus with increasing urgency to drop the investigation and not pursue things further. But it's to no avail. Finally, when the old servant comes, he too is reluctant to tell Oedipus what he wants to know and urges Oedipus to drop the matter. But once again, Oedipus is fixated on learning the truth and threatens him with punishment if he does not speak. In all of these cases, Oedipus refuses to be moved by people who know better and can see that he's only precipitating his own downfall. He's blinded by his desire to get to the bottom of things. For him, learning the truth is the supreme value, and everything else is secondary. He prides himself on his knowledge and will not be deprived of a new opportunity to solve a mystery. When he's told that the oracle demands that they find the murderer, he proudly declares, quote, "I will bring this to light." In his polemical exchange with Tiresias, he boasts that he was the only one who solved the riddle of the Sphinx and not the prophet. Quote, "But I came, Oedipus, who knew nothing, and I stopped her. I solved the riddle by my wit alone." End quote. As more information emerges, and Oedipus has already begun to sense the terrible truth, he still cannot restrain himself. His character compels him to make everything absolutely clear, even if it means his own destruction. The servant, trying to save Oedipus from himself, only gives information reluctantly and in a piecemeal fashion. But when things quickly come to a head and he is forced to divulge the critical information, he says, quote, "Oh God, I am on the brink of frightful speech," end quote. Already anticipating the answer, Oedipus replies, quote, "And I of frightful hearing, but I must hear." Here he says that he cannot help himself. He must absolutely know the truth, regardless of how painful it is or what trouble it causes.